Okay, everyone, fresh back from Linden Creek Dairy and Blackberry Meadows Farm. I grabbed a bunch of things. I don't know, I was like a kid in a candy store, so I kind of grabbed everything and I looked around and it just, it lined up for Thanksgiving for me. So first step, gotta start with some stuffing, okay? We're gonna put in some butter, okay? I'm gonna add probably a half a stick of butter right now, kind of get it in the pan, melt it out. And we're just gonna add a nice tablespoon and a half of oil. This is really making it nice and creamy, kind of get both of these going. And we're gonna pop this sausage right in, this little chorizo. Just use the back of our spoon here. We'll get a bigger spoon and just break it up and start the flavor, okay? Let's add some aromatics in. So I have 2 carrots diced, I have 1 white onion diced, and 2 ribs of celery diced, okay? Salt and black pepper, I'll season a little bit now. At this point, we're just gonna add the rest of our stick of butter. We're gonna add our bread in, a little bit at a time. We wanna fold this in. And stuffing is a little bit, like people get a little bit tricky on this. Add a little bit more, add a little bit less. The ratios are kind of always gonna be different due to how dry your bread is and how much stock you're putting in, things like that. I'm gonna pour in a little bit of chicken stock. This is a perfect texture. This is kind of really what I wanna look for because it's gonna go back in the oven. We're gonna bake this one time, or it's gonna go in with your turkey and get stuffed. So we're gonna lower our heat now. We're gonna add 1 final salt and pepper to it. And then I'm gonna add poultry seasoning. So just a pinch of poultry seasoning, and be very wary of poultry seasoning. If you put it in earlier, you put it in with the stock, it'll really make this look really dark. I always finish it. I'm gonna add a little bit of chervil in here and a little bit of fresh thyme. And if you can go like this with it, really take it and put it into a bowl. That's high quality stuffing in my book. So, okay, now the stuffing's complete. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take about a half of this, set it aside to stuff for our turkey. The other half I'm just gonna put on a nice sheet pan. We're gonna bake at 350 for about 15 to 20 minutes just so it crusts on the top and fully cooked. Okay, I have the star of the show here, nice turkey from Blackberry Meadows Farm. This is around a 10-pound turkey. So, I mean, it just looks perfect. I mean, you can see the difference from a farm fresh turkey. Probably gonna be around 12 minutes per pound. We'll season the bottom first, so I just have salt and pepper. We're just gonna liberally pour some salt and pepper on. Really helps salt and pepper to really dry out the skin, really get that crispy, that professional look. The only thing I really like to do is really take these wings, kind of bend them back just so they tuck in. Really helps them not burn. You could put foil over them too if you can't snap them back. Sometimes like that will work, but season the top here, really nice. We get the legs and the thighs over here. Next, I'm just gonna take a little bit of the skin, and I've done this before, but I'm just gonna peel back a little layer of the skin. So I'm just gonna lay in like, a couple tabs of butter. This really helps. So I have some rosemary, some thyme. I'm just gonna put that right under that skin, and it's really gonna crisp it up, but it's really gonna add some great flavor and depth when we go to carve this and eat. Now, I have my half of stuffing that I made already. It's nice and cooled. We're really just gonna put this right into the cavity, okay? And it doesn't have to go all the way back. We just need to make sure, we kind of fill the front up for presentation is really what we need. So, see how I have a little bit there? I feel like this is ready to go. The only thing I would really add is I'm gonna add a little bit of liquid to the bottom of the pan just so I get a little bit more juice and maybe a little steaming aspect so I have enough to make extra gravy at the end. I'm looking at about 2 cups. It's gonna go right in, and then we're gonna pop our roast probe in. We're gonna put it right into the thickest part of the breast, kind of right here. And next, we're gonna head to our oven. Okay, we're at our oven. We have our double wall oven. We're on convection roast at 350 degrees. If you have convection at your household, I would suggest use it now. What's gonna happen, that roast sequence, when you use that broiler element, use the convection fan, push that air, and we're gonna get that bake element. All 3 heat sources, So think about this turkey. It's really gonna brown it on the top. Convection fan is really gonna fly that air all around the oven cavity so it's even, and that bake element's really gonna get it at the bottom. So if you're not using the convection at home, you could still go to 350. Just, you're probably gonna have to wait and see, maybe kind of give it a quarter turn here and there to make sure it's evenly cooking. Now, what I will say is around 120 to 125 degrees, let's check this turkey, check for browning, things like that. Then we might have to put some aluminum foil on it, maybe tint it from the heat a little bit to have it come up to temperature. We're looking for 165 degrees is the internal temp. You can go as far as 170, but 165 is the sweet spot for cooking turkey, okay? Open the oven door. I'm going to go on the second to last rack. If you're not using convection, go on the very bottom so you're farthest away from that broiler element. You'll see less browning. So we're gonna pop this in, right? And we're gonna pop our roast probe in as well, kind of close our oven door, and we're really gonna dial it in to 165 right now. Should probably take around 12 minutes per pound. So, thank you. Okay, we reached an internal temperature of 165. The oven went to keep warm, so we're all set here. Let's open the oven door. Look at that, perfect golden brown. We can still see the skin, it's nice and bubbly. To the island, we're gonna let it rest for about an hour and 15 minutes tops. Okay, we got the turkey resting. We're gonna jump right into a great mac and cheese. We have milk and the curd from Linden Creek Dairy. So excited about this one, so let's jump right in. We're gonna add the butter to our pan. We're just gonna melt this butter down, and then we're just gonna take a little bit of flour, just like that, and we're gonna use the back of our spoon here. We're gonna create a natural roux, kind of a blonde roux right now. Add a pinch of salt and pepper right now. All right, let's add in the milk, which really looks like cream. Their milk is so good at Linden Creek. We're gonna go 2 cups of chicken stock in here as well. We're gonna bring this, let's take it from a 7, let's take it up to an 11 on the induction here, and use the back of our spoon. We're gonna cook out this flour, create a good consistency. So we're gonna see that bubbling start right here. We know that's time to add our pre-cooked and cooled pasta. So galley station helped us out there. Pasta's gonna get in with all this liquid, and pasta has so much starch that it's really gonna thicken it up. So we're not wasting this great cheese. So it's really gonna be the star of the show. In other mac and cheeses, people put the cheese in and kind of cook it out. Here, we're putting it in right at the last minute, just so you get that great effect, because this cheese is one of a kind. Mac looks great, bubbling really nice. We can add in, that's 1.25 pounds of our cheese. We're just gonna cook this down ever so gently. See how the pasta and the cheese and the flour starting to thicken this sauce up and really start to coat that pasta very nicely. Perfect mac. One more time, just a pinch of salt and pepper to kind of even out all the richness of the cream. And this mac, good to go in my book. Let's plate this up. I have mac to my left, I have turkey to my right, I have stuffing here. I have all the components for an amazing meal. So, without further ado, let's plate up. Let's put our mac on the very bottom right here, starting on the left side. Let's tilt the pan. Let's put a lot of mac, make some fun out of this. I'll put our chorizo stuffing right here. And next, I'm gonna put some turkey right on top. Let's carve down a little piece of this. Let's look at that drum. Oh my gosh, look at that. That's perfect. The texture is amazing. Take out the stuffing from the bird that we stuffed. Look at that. That's great stuffing. We gotta cut in the white meat, the breast. Wow, does that look great? Look at that. So we could even put that right here on top. Look at that texture though. This is perfect. This is exactly what we want to see. I did get some bacon from Blackberry Meadows, and I feel like my garnish is going to be bacon. We have our mac here done with the Linden Creek curd and the milk. Right side, the chorizo from Blackberry Meadows Farm and the turkey. It looks amazing, and topped off with the bacon. This is a winner. Hope you guys enjoy this. Make this one at home. I'm diving into it.